Hello YouTube, Dusigi here, and welcome back to Subnautica. I would lightly use the term welcome back because the only episode that I'd published was back in June of last year. And if you're wondering why there was a huge delay between this episode and the previous one, I would strongly suggest you go check out the channel update that was uploaded at the end of last week. So it gives a brief explanation of what exactly happened there. So if you're interested, by all means, go check that out. So here we are. I believe we're going to be starting fresh here because Subnautica is still in early access mode right now. And they're actually pretty active in uploading or sending updates for the game. So now we're in the current March 2016 build. A lot has changed since the last time that we played the game. I don't think we can actually see any of the specific updates here. There's a few. Okay, so here there's a crash sequence update in the most recent update. But I'd say the biggest changes right now is there's a lot more in terms of sea life. So in terms of fish, different types of fish, or what's available underwater has increased in insane amounts. And basically there's updates to your equipment, there's updates to the bases that you can build. So actually I'm not going to wait much longer here. Let's just start a new survival campaign and see how far we can get with that. So survival, again, just going to repeat. Survival basically is you have you need to worry about food, you need to worry about water, you have your health, and you have your oxygen level. Now if you go in standard freedom mode, you don't have to worry about food or water. So you'd think water is not an issue, you're submerged in water, you're an entire ocean, but obviously it's salt water, so you need to treat that water to be able to consume it. So I'll get into those details in a little bit. So let's go in survival mode here. And there's a little bit of I played it a few times before recording this, so I have an idea of what's going to be happening here. So they've changed a little bit of the start sequence. The start sequence originally was just a black screen with some automated message that was being sent to you. Here it's a little different, kind of interesting. I'll let you guys watch it right now.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
So that was a pretty interesting start sequence. I think we're going to be able to get control of our character here. Massive fire. First thing we got to do is put out that fire. Don't have control yet. All right, here we go. So let's pick this up. Stay away from the fire. Whoa, okay. Let's put this out. Let's put this out. Stay away from the fire. Kind of gives you a brief description of how the in-game mechanism works. All right, what do we have here? Here we go. Here's your little iPad.
Great job not dying.
Thank
To
you.
assist you in further survival in emergency situations, you have been issued this personal data assistant. The interface visible now will organize your inventory, display currently available construction
So this is
blueprints,
basically our
and
central
holds other valuable information.
point of all of our
Please take a
inventory.
moment
Everything that we
to
do, we're going to do a lot of it
familiarize
from here.
yourself with it. Attention. Detecting increased local radiation levels.
All right, now we have control.
Trend
All right,
is
very good.
consistent with ongoing degradation
So
of the
let's-
Aurora dark matter drive core due to
Right, so that
damage
was a-
sustained during
The
collision.
Aurora. So that's the
Continue
massive
to
ship that I'm going to
monitor.
show you in a second. Let's just move this into our inventory. What do we have here? We have flares. We have some filtered water to start off with, and nutrient blocks, which is really good. We are actually low on the nutrient side, so let's grab 2, and let's eat those. There we go. We're back at 100% now. Okay, so it is daytime right now. Let's go check out what we have. So there's the Aurora. I remember this being part of the builds that were back in June of 2015, where this thing essentially blows up at some point in time. It doesn't really affect us directly here, however, it does emanate radiation, so like radioactive material and such. So it's further down in the game, you're getting closer down there. You can't get there unless you have a radioactive protective suit, which we don't need to worry too much about right now. So what we're going to focus on right here is food and water. So food is fairly straightforward. I was originally worried about these guys, but all they do is they kind of like give out some kind of massive ink. Oh, can I grab you? Can I grab you? There we go. I got you. That's a little peeper there. There is limestone. So this is the same principle as before. We're picking up some copper here. That's just a fluke thing. Right now we're really focusing on food. Food. Those are too big to eat. Where is our ship? There it is. All right. So we have the kelp forest over here.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
There we go. All right, so we do have the kelp forest here, which I'll probably get into in later episodes. It's not really our priority at the moment. Let's focus on food. These are easy to catch, and they allow us to get filtered. I can't click on them. There we go. Allow us to get filtered water from these guys as well, and food, depending on what you need. Yeah, that thing's gonna blow up very soon. It's not really a big deal right now. Let's just focus on the food and the water. So the water, we can either just focus on these fish, or, oh, you see that? That's a stalker down that went down there. I'm going to stay away from those.
If the drive core is breached,
let's see here.
of death increases to 65%.
Let's get ourselves some food. Lots of food. And I'm going to try and focus on water. So water, the other possibility that you have for drinking water, either through these fish. I got to go back to the top. I got to build myself a tank soon because this is ridiculous. What do we have? So what are these called? All right, air sacs. So in the air sacs, you have water you can take directly from them, or you can find salt deposit. So salt deposit with where are they? These things here. So the coral shell plates, you break those up. Is it coral shell plates? Yeah, they're not the acid mushrooms. With the coral shell plates, you break those up. So you need a knife, obviously, to make bleach. And with bleach, you can treat the water. Don't ask me how. Treat the water, and you can drink. So for the time being, I'm just going to focus on these guys here. Let's just get as much as we can. And our next priority will be to build... There's 3 items that we really need to focus on. So we have the survival knife, which allows us to cut those coral pieces up, but also to defend ourselves. I had a little bit of a bad experience in the kelp forest in a previous playthrough, and you really need that knife to survive. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. There's these new little, they call them bleeders. They just latch onto your arm and suck you dry. So I got sidetracked there. All right, so we have the knife. We have the fins that we need. That'll increase our swimming speed. And we have the radiation suit, which we'll focus on afterwards. So once you have the radiation suit, you're kind of set. You can kind of go anywhere you want. Because that... There you go. And... Boom. Pretty intense. Alright, so now there's radiation. Oh, there's a piece. Oh, the piece is flying. So, they focused a lot on the area around the explosion site. Oh, you can hear the Geiger counter there. So there's a lot to do down there. However, you need a ship to do it. Not a ship, but the sea... Is it the Sea Moth? Yeah, you have the Sea Glide and the Sea Moth. The Sea Glide is the first thing we're going to build afterwards. But right now, let's just... we're going to hang on to these fish because once you cook them... Let's check out from our inventory. Are they still it just says air sac. So once you cook them, they say cooked air sac or whatever. And then it gets like decomposing cooked air sac or old cooked air sac. So we'll just really wait until the last minute to actually use these up. In the meantime, we can actually drop these in our inventory. I'll keep a few on us. Just a few. And what do we got here? Acid mushroom. Let's hang on to this. It's not a big deal. All right. So let's focus now on what we need in terms of equipment. So we wanted a tank. Tank is probably the easiest thing to do. So you need titanium and glass. So titanium you can get from either the scrap metal that you pick up at the bottom or those limestone deposits that you break and then you find what's in there. Glass essentially, I believe, is from sand. Was it not? Obviously, no, it's quartz. So we need quartz times 2. So that's not going to be an issue because the quartz is extremely easy to find. And it's nighttime. I don't like nighttime because you get stalkers. Alright, so let's just make sure we have a fish in our hands at all times. If the stalker attacks us, they will take the fish first. Alright, I really don't like this. Yep, what is that? What was that? Where are you? I can't see anything. Oh, what hit me? Oh, there you are. Okay, you're fine. You're not going to attack me. You're a defensive fish. I forget what your name is. All right, quartz.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen.
All right, let's go back to the top here. Really, at nighttime, there's nothing wrong with going out. You just want to focus on staying in the shallow area around here. You'll be okay around here. However, we are close, dangerously close to the kelp forest over there. I don't like that. All right. So what do we have? We have titanium. So each scrap metal piece yields 4 titanium, which is huge. Titanium was probably the most common material, one of the most common materials that you can find in Subnautica. So you don't really need to go overboard with it. It's readily available pretty much anywhere. So so you're okay with those. I believe we have what we need. Let's build our tank. Tank, you basically just need to carry it in your inventory. Like right now, basically it says picked up tank. Oxygen tank is there. I don't need to do anything. It just stays in my inventory right now. The next thing, so we need fins that we're going to put here. And we want a survival knife, which is essentially this icon right here for the inventory. So let's just check what the ingredients are for those. The materials needed. Where is that knife? All right, so we need... Oh, this is when it got tricky. So we need silicone rubber. Silicone rubber we get from the kelp forest, which is where I learned the hard way about those bleeders. Those are... It's easy to get the silicone rubber. I'm just paranoid about running into one of those things. And what else? The fins. Great. More silicone rubber. So we need tons of silicone rubber. So we have no choice. The next step is to do that. Well, let's do that then. What does our inventory look like in terms of fish? Fish. We could probably grab a few more boomerang fish. So if we swim past... Is there anything down there? Such a wuss. Okay, there's one there. And another one down there. Holy moly. Okay, let's stay at the top here. We have no choice. We have no choice. What do we have below us? Are we good? What's that? Is there one below us? Yes, there is. Okay, he's fine. Let's quickly go here. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay, let's leave. Let's go back to the surface. Oh, there's one there. We'll go back for that one after. Oh, we're doing good. All right. Okay. You guys can't see this, but my face is red right now. I'm just stressed out. All right. How come I can't grab him? Inventory. Our inventory's full. I knew it. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Oh, we really need these fins. We're not swimming fast at all here. And take care of this stuff here. Raw material. Silicone rubber. Let's do this. I don't remember how many we picked up. Let's just make as much as we can. Can't do anything else with that right now anyways. I do believe it actually turns into lubricant. There it is. Creepvine cluster. Creepvine cluster. Okay. So that's eventually, that leads to being able to build this, the power glide and all the others and such. So any machinery you get to build with the, you need lubricant to build that. Okay, so we have 3. I believe 3 is what the maximum we needed. You needed 2 for here and 1 for there. So we're good. So let's build a knife. We'll hang on to that knife as much as we can because what are they again? The bleeders. You can stab them if you're holding onto the knife. So they grab onto your arm. With your other arm, you just stab them. You're okay. But they do. I think they take a toll on your health after a little while. I think it's 5% every couple of seconds. Fins. This is excellent. All right. So fins are there. Knife is here. Let's make the knife in the first slot, which is down here. This will put in our inventory. Whoops, didn't want to do that. I think we should build a storage case. Yeah, because this thing is huge. Look at this. It takes up a lot of room. We have a bunch of titanium, which we don't need. We don't need acid mushrooms yet. What I'll probably end up doing, and I'm not gonna show you guys this because it's really long and boring. I'm gonna go capture a whole bunch more fish and salt deposits. I'll actually, you know what? I'll try and do it once to show you what the salt deposits look like. Is it nighttime? No, not yet. All right, salt deposits. Salt deposits have also changed from at least the last build that we were playing on. They used to be just like cubes that were in the middle of the sand. Now what I noticed, the salt deposits are when you have like this cluster here of coral, I guess you can call it. They stick around the orange part of it, and they kind of light up. You can see them from a distance, so it's easier to find them. I just find they're fewer and far between. See, there's nothing here. You'd be able to see it easily. Let's go closer to the aurora. Maybe we can, be able to find a couple. Maybe. I just want to be able to show you guys, see what it looks like. What do we have here? Maybe here. There it is. Okay. See? They are kind of cubes anyways, but it used to be like just one cube. Now it's a bunch of them. So I'm going to be picking up a whole bunch of these salt deposits so that I can make some water, because I'm currently at 50% level of hydration, I guess you can call it. Not ideal. We're fine. We have enough bleach. There are the stalkers over there. I'm freaking out. All right, let's make some bleach. Let's make some water. That would be good. Bleach. Let's build a storage, and I think we're going to cut the episode there. Yeah, we'll build a storage unit, and then next episode we'll start with the radiation suit. So we need fiber mesh and lead plate. Lead plate, which is in itself batteries, and batteries are copper ore, which are in those limestone deposits, and the acid mushrooms, which are extremely easy to find. So that's not really a big issue there. But that's not what I said we were going to do. I said we're going to use this to make a... You know what? Yeah, maybe we'll cut the episode there. Okay. All right. So we're done with this. It is nighttime. For how long? I don't know. I wish there was some kind of indicator to tell you how much time is left for... Wow, this is awesome. How much time is left for the time of day. But whatever, that might be coming eventually. But it'd be really nice to know, because I don't like sharks, whatever, stalkers. To me, it's just... What was that? All right. No, let's not drop it here. Yeah, this is good. Let's drop it here. There we go. And it stays. See, it stays at that level. It doesn't go to the top. However, I think we can probably push it. It doesn't really matter. Let's just leave it where it is. It's pretty obvious here. This thing isn't moving anyways. All right. I think that does it for this episode. Let's get a nice view here before we end this. So I think, let's just cut it at this for now, and then we'll focus on the other things to build afterwards. I'll probably take a little bit of time to gather additional material, because that's not super exciting to look at. So we'll be able to see what we need to craft things. However, obviously, if it's challenging areas that I need to go in to capture those materials, I'll definitely pick that up, because it's the whole concept of this game here. So yeah, that'll be it for now. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for those that stuck around the whole time, and give me a like and subscribe if you really liked what you saw here, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.